And we're back here in the top half of the 6th inning. You're watching the Rangers home opener as Symphony Shomo will line one to left field, and the ball is bobbled by the left fielder, Peyton Garrett, as it will be scored a hit on the hard hit ball. Garrett tried to make the play but was unable to complete it, as Shomo will be in for the double. So the leadoff double will put Shomo on second. Carly Murray in the circle will deliver to number 24, Destiny Riddle, who has been electric at the plate, going 3 for 3 so far with 3 singles, scoring once already. As Murray will deliver, and it's swung on his miss, and Shomo takes off and is thrown out at third by the catcher, Guardiola, for the first out of the inning. Shomo has completed 17 of 20 steal attempts so far, but star Guardiola was able to throw her out. The junior from Waco, Texas, a McLennan Community College transfer, gets the job done for the first out of the inning, as the base paths are now clear. And Murray goes back to work on Riddle. So Shomo's caught stealing for just the 4th time this season. And Riddle, who is 3 for 3 on the day, will hit another hard ball to the second baseman, Bell, who will make the play over to first to Parrott. And all of a sudden, the Rangers have 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th inning, but do trail 5-1 after a 5-run top half of the 5th inning, as Thompson will come up to the plate, scoring in the last inning. And we'll take the first pitch ball. She advanced on a error from Katie Bell in the 5th, as Murray will go back to work, who came on in relief in the 5th inning of Madison Garza, who pitched 4 strong but found trouble in the 5th. And the Hinton, Oklahoma native has taken over here at the Alvarette Complex. Murray delivers, and it is a hard hit ball to left field, and it looks like it will go just foul, getting up in that Alva wind that is gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour this afternoon, wreaking havoc on both teams. Southeastern has capitalized for 2 home runs. The Rangers had 1 home run back in the 4th from Maddie Parrott, her first of the year. As Murray will get a swung on second strike, and the count goes even at 2-2 with 2 outs. As Thompson will line one down the right field line, and it is lost in the sun by the right fielder, Madewell. And it will get down for a 2-out single for Thompson. So Keisha Thompson has been on base all 4 at-bats this afternoon, and she stands at first. And this one from Watson is popped up to the catcher, and Murray will get out of the inning. So Murray comes on in relief and has gone strong so far for the Rangers, but they will trail heading into the bottom half of the 6th inning, 5-1. As we will be back shortly, you are watching live softball from the Alvarette Complex here on RideRangersRide.com. And we are back at the Alva Rec Complex for the Ranger softball team's 2018 home opener. Here with doubleheader action against the Southeastern Savage Storm. The Rangers trail 5-1 heading into the bottom half of the 6th inning. Number 8, Madison McGraw, the left fielder, will step in to face Kelsey Meeks. Number 2 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. McGraw will line one over the head of the left fielder as she will round first and slide into second for the double to lead off the bottom half of the 6th inning here. Bringing up Macy Madewell, a hard hit shot from McGraw was over the left fielder's head, Hinkle. As Macy Madewell will foul off the first pitch from Kelsey Meeks. As the Rangers threaten with a leadoff double from McGraw. McGraw, the 2-time all-conference player, has struggled so far this season, hitting just 167. But gets things going here in the bottom half of the 6th. Macy Madewell will find herself down 0-2. As Kelsey Meeks will deliver, and it is hit hard but foul. McGraw standing on second. So we will get a new ball in play here as Macy Madewell, who entered this series with a .304 average, 7 hits on 23 at-bats, and tied for the lead on the team with 2 RBIs, also leading the team with 14 total bases. She will take a ball high. Count moves to 1-2. Maddie Parrott scoring the lone run of the game on a solo shot in the bottom half of the 4th over the right center field wall. Southeastern quickly answered with 5 runs in the top half of the 5th. Now the Rangers are looking to get back into this thing here in the bottom half of the 6th. Count moves even at 2-2. Meeks, the 5'8" right-hander junior out of Limon, Colorado, has thrown well, but misses low there as the catcher throws it back to second. It gets into the outfield, but Shomo is there, the center fielder. And no damage is done as Brigance tried to catch McGraw at second sleeping, but threw it into the outfield. No damage was done from there. Full count. McGraw stands at second, Madewell at the plate as Meeks delivers for ball 4. And the first 2 hitters of the inning are on here for Northwestern as they look to cut into this 5-1 Southeastern advantage. Coach Ron Fabian looks like he will have a meeting at the plate, on the mound here with his starter, Kelsey Meeks. And it looks like we will have a pitching change. So we will take a short break and be back shortly here. You are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. And we are back here at the Alva Rec Complex. The Rangers threatening in the bottom half of the 6th inning. McGraw stands at second, Madewell at first as Maddie Parrott digs in and will take a strike from Southeastern starter Kelsey Meeks. Meeks will deliver once again. And a check swing as she does not go on the curveball. McGraw led things off here with a double. lead off the top half of the sixth. Macy Madewell then walked as Parrott will pop one over to third base. And Riddle will make the play for the first out of the inning. So the pop up to third for Parrott will bring up freshman number 22 Morgan Kirk, playing shortstop this afternoon. She reached on an error and advanced all the way to third back in the second, and then grounded into the 5-4-3 double play in the bottom half of the fourth for her 2 at-bats. Overby, the California native hailing from Redlands, California, is quickly down 0-2. In an inning that started out with the first 2 batters in Madewell and McGraw getting on. And the 0-2 pitch will be delivered, and check swing is no good as the count moves to 1-2. Meeks delivers, and a hard hit ball down the third base line is foul, as that was a close one. Riddle got a glove on it, but it was foul, so we will reset with the count 1-2 with 1 out, runners on first and second here in the first game of doubleheader action during the Rangers home opener here at the Alva Rec Complex. A sunny and windy evening here in Alva, typical for this time of the year, as Meeks will deliver, and another one foul. The Rangers have done a good job of staying alive here, getting contact on the ball throughout the afternoon, but will need to get some runners across if they want to stay in this one in the bottom half of the sixth inning, trailing 5-1, as Meeks will deliver outside and the count evens up at 2-2. Meeks will be looking for her 8th win of the season. She has given up just 17 earned runs in 66 innings, as Kirk will foul off another one against the camera. Situated on the GoPro here behind the home plate. And the 2-2 pitch is delivered, and another foul as Kirk battles hard against Meeks. As I was mentioning earlier, Meeks just 17 earned runs in 66 innings this year. She has struck out 29 batters this season, but has struck out just 1 Ranger this afternoon, as Kirk will hit a high fly ball to left field. The left fielder Hinkle will come on to make the out, as Kirk will be retired, and that will stand as the second out of the inning, bringing up Jordan Sutton, who struck out in the second
Jordan Sutton,
and grounded out 5-4-3 back in the fourth. So 2 straight outs here from Meeks after the 2 leadoff runners got on. She will miss high and inside to Sutton. Here on the home opener for the Rangers, as Meeks delivers, and Sutton with a check swing but makes contact and the ball out of play. The Rangers 1-9 on the year, 0-4 in the Great American Conference, facing off against a traditionally strong Arkansas Tech team last weekend, dropping all 4 games. Meeks delivers on the 1-1 pitch, and it is fouled off nearly in the exact same spot by Sutton. The count moves to 1-2. Southeastern picked up a series victory against Arkansas Monticello in their first conference series of the year, on a weekend where weather plagued havoc across the conference, as Meeks delivers another one for the 8th foul ball of this inning by the Rangers, as they are still swinging tough here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Count stands at 1-2. We have 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Macy Madewell still stands on first. McGraw still stands on second. McGraw advanced on a leadoff double, while Madewell followed it up by a walk, and Sutton will swing on and miss for the strikeout. Meek's second of the afternoon. That will be 3 straight retired batters to get out of the inning, as the 2 runners will be stranded for the Rangers. We will take a short break in action here, moving into the top half of the 7th inning. The Rangers trail 5-1 against the Savage Storm. You are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. And welcome back here to the Alva Rec Complex for today's softball action. Just a little update on the basketball side of things for Ranger Athletics. Arkansas Monticello defeated East Central in double overtime by a final of 97-86, setting up a semifinal matchup at 2:15 tomorrow afternoon in Bartlesville. Ranger Nation will attempt to paint Bartlesville red in semifinals, trying to advance to the GAC championship on Sunday afternoon after defeating Southern Arkansas yesterday afternoon for the program and school's first postseason victory since moving to the Division II level. As Carly Murray will get things started for us in the top half of the 7th inning, facing off with a Southeastern lineup that has been tough so far. Number 10, Carson Brigance, will lead things off. The catcher had a solo shot back in the 5th. Excuse me, she advanced on a double back in the 5th. And will hit one to right field that will get over the head of second baseman Katie Bell and in front of right fielder Macy Madewell, who will get the ball back into the infield. And Brigance advances on a leadoff single here in the top half of the final inning. So the leadoff runner is on, and up steps Michaela Wallace, who got things started in the scoring column for Southeastern back in the 5th, but she will pop this one up high above the infield here at the Alva Rec Complex, and the play is made by shortstop Morgan Kirk to quickly retire. But as I was saying, Wallace with a 2-run home run over the left field fence back in the 5th got the scoring started for Southeastern, who would follow that up with a solo home run one batter later by the player stepping into the box here, Sydney Hinkle, the left fielder, number 9. She will hit one foul down the third base line. Southeastern followed up those 2 home runs with 3 more runs to bring the score to where it stands now, 5-1 in the first game of the afternoon between the 2 teams. Hinkle, the 5'6" junior out of Justin, Texas, the transfer from Murray State Community College in Tishomingo, Oklahoma. Murray will deliver and hammers one foul off the dugout of the Rangers. Definitely a good thing we have a sturdy fence there along the dugout, or else that could have been dangerous. So the count moves to 0-2, 1 out, runner on first base, as Carson Brigance led the inning off with a single as Murray delivers and fouls one off. The Rangers have held tough against a Savage Storm team that is 3-1 in conference play, but the 5 spot in the top half of the 5th inning has obviously been the difference so far, as Murray took over for Garza, as another hard one is against the Ranger dugout, this time making contact with, it looks like, Ranger assistant coach Jordan Haya, but everybody is okay, so we will reset with the count still at 0-2. A lot of movement down there at the Ranger dugout. Hinkle making sure everybody's looking alive, and she will poke one into right field, and it will get down and off the fence, as Brigance will come around and score on the double from Hinkle, and Southeastern tacks on another run. Hinkle gets her 3rd hit of the afternoon, tacking on her 2nd RBI. So far. And Hinkle, who was standing on 2nd, will be pinch ran for by number 17, Marilyn Moss, the Seminole, Florida native. One of just 2 Savage Storm players not from the state of Texas or Oklahoma. They transfer from West Virginia Wesleyan. And the score now stands at 6-1 as Murray delivers, and is a rocket right back at her, and she makes the play. And Murray makes the unbelievable play on a rocket shot right back at her for the 2nd out of the inning on Sawyers. Bringing up Brittany Chatelier, the designated player, left-handed batter, as Murray will reset after that absolute rocket shot right off of her. She will foul one off. Chatelier on the afternoon is 0 for 2, She was pinch hit for back in the 4th. She has grounded back to the pitcher both times. And Murray will miss outside as the count moves to 1-1 with 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th inning. Chatelier will dig back in, and Murray delivers, and another hard shot over to the first base dugout of the Savage Storm. Both teams spraying balls at the opposing dugouts here, as the count is evened up at 2-2, according to our home plate umpire. So Murray will step back into the circle, check the pitch sheet, and deliver to Chatelier, who will foul one off, this time just dribbling it over to the third base side. Everybody is safe in the dugout. Carson Brigance scored after her leadoff single here to start this inning, thanks to a double from Sydney Hinkle, who has since been pinch run for by Marilyn Moss, as another one is fouled off over to the third base dugout. 6-1 here at the Alvarette Complex. First of 2 games scheduled for the afternoon between the Rangers and Savage Storm. Their first and only meeting this season. As Murray will deliver, and another one is foul over the fence down the third base line. So we will put a new ball in play and get reset, as Murray got the second out of the inning on an unbelievable stop on the pitcher's mound. On the line shot right back at her, she was able to put an immediate end to the ball's path. And the count now moves full at 3-2. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Top half of the 7th inning, the score is 6-1 as Chatelier will dig in for the 3-2 count, and Murray delivers. And it is high, and Chatelier will get on base with a walk. Murray had a chance at the 3rd out of the inning, but was unable to convert on the 3-2 count. We will head back to the top of the lineup for the Savage Storm as Symphony Shomo will step back in for her 5th at-bat of the afternoon. She has gotten on once in the 6th, but was caught stealing at 3rd as she swings on and misses for the first pitch of the at-bat. Shomo entered the series with a .411 batting average and has stolen 17 bases so far, but Star Guardiola, the catcher for the Rangers, threw her out at 3rd base in the 6th as Murray slings in a curveball to the outside corner of the plate for strike number 2. And we have a switch of the batter's box from Shomo, who is going to jump over to the left side of the plate. That is a new one for me, ladies and gentlemen, as Carly will deliver outside. Murray took over for the Rangers starter Madison Garza back in the 5th inning, who pitched 4 scoreless before giving up 5 runs in the 5th. Carly Murray will deliver on the 1-2 count, and it is popped up straight behind the press box onto the concession stand here at the Alvarette Complex. As we will get, once again, a new ball and reset with the count 1-2. 2 outs, top half of the 7th inning, as Murray delivers way outside, and the count evens up at 2-2. Shomo at the plate as number 24, Destiny Riddle, the 3rd baseman, will stand on deck. She has gotten on base 3 times this afternoon. So Murray would like to retire Shomo as Shomo hits a line shot past the 2nd baseman, Bell. And Hinkle will, and for the 2nd time this game, Shomo has been called out hitting outside the batter's box, and the Rangers catch a break. Coach Ron Fabian not happy. But regardless, that will stand as the 3rd out of the inning as we move to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Savage Storm strike for 1 more run. The Rangers will have one last chance here, down 6-1. You are watching Rangers Softball live on RideRangersRide.com. So the Rangers will get one last opportunity here in the bottom half of the 7th, down 6-1, to get back into this ball game as Estrella Guardiola will step in, the catcher, otherwise known as Star Guardiola, number 28 out of Waco, Texas. She will take pitch number 1 and number 2 for a strike, and will quickly be down 0-2 in the count. Guardiola got on base back in the 2nd inning with a single. but was unable to advance past there. And will take the third pitch of the at-bat for a ball, bringing the count to 1-2 as Kelsey Meeks delivers outside, evening up the count at 2-2. Meeks has gone 6 complete games so far this year. She will be looking for her 7th. She is able to get out of this inning as Guardiola chops one foul down the third base side. We will reset with the count 2-2. Guardiola, Garrett, and Corrales due up here in the bottom half of this 7th inning. Last opportunity for the Rangers as Meeks misses high and outside, and the count goes full 3-2 for star Guardiola. She'll be looking to get on base for the second time this afternoon, as we will have a meeting between the catcher Brigance and Meeks, talking things over on this key pitch here in the bottom half of the 7th. 3-2 count. Meeks goes through the windup and delivers, and it is a hammered ball to left field, but the play is made by the left fielder, Hinkle. A hard hit ball by Guardiola, but Hinkle didn't have to move far to make the play on that one, as that will be the first out of the inning. Bringing up left fielder number 2, Peyton Garrett, the Tuttle, Oklahoma native, 4-year Ranger, will step in with one out as Meeks misses inside. Meeks with a 2.31 ERA on the year has been exceptional this afternoon as Garrett hits one high to left field. That ball is back, and that ball is out of here for a home run, a solo shot to left field as Garrett hits her first home run of the season, and the Rangers have new life here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The second solo shot of the afternoon, the first one back in the 4th from Maddie Parrott, this time from Peyton Garrett. As that will bring up Brittany Corrales with the score 6-2 with just one out. The Rangers trying to put together a one-out rally here in their 2018 home opener at the Alvarette Complex as Meek misses the first 2 pitches of the at-bat for Corrales, and the count moves to 2-0 after the check swing is called as a ball. That was Garrett's first home run of the season and 3rd RBI. Not typically known as a power hitter. As Meeks delivers on the 2-1, and it is chopped to the shortstop, Wallace, who makes the play over at first to Watson. That will be a 6-3 putout of Corrales for the second out of the inning. So Katie Bell, number 10, the second baseman, who is 0 for 2 for the afternoon. And we will have a pinch hitter on. Coach Webb deciding to go with Audrey Estes, number 1, the catcher, senior out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Audrey Estes hitting 200 on the year. In her 7 appearances, she has started 6 games, getting 3 hits and 15 at-bats. And will step in here ahead in the count 2-0 after Meeks misses on the first 2 pitches. Meeks struggling a little bit to put an end to the Rangers here. But we'll go to work with the count 2-0 as Estes will chop one to the shortstop Wallace, who will backhand it and throw over in time for the 3rd out and the end of our game on a phenomenal play and a nice grab by the first baseman Watson, as the Rangers will fall in the first game of the doubleheader 6-2. We will take a brief pause here and come back with some post-game recap before we get started in the second game of our doubleheader in approximately 30 minutes here at the Alvarette Complex. The Savage Storm taking the first game of the series by a final score of 6-2. We'll be back shortly here live on RideRangersRide.com. And we're back here at the Alva Rec Complex getting set for the second game of action in today's doubleheader between the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers and the Southeastern Oklahoma State Savage Storm. Southeastern defeated Northwestern by a final score of 6-2 in game number 1 here this afternoon. The Savage Storm moved to 10-8 on the year, 4-1 in Great American Conference play, while the Rangers fall to 1-10 and remain winless in conference play, 0-5. In that game, the Savage Storm struck for 5 runs in the top half of the 5th inning after Maddie Parrott for Northwestern hit a solo shot in the bottom half of the 4th. But that 5-run spot in the top half of the 5th followed up by a 1-run frame in the 7th was enough to put together the 6 runs for the Savage Storm on 13 hits while also committing 2 errors. Peyton Garrett tacked on 1 run in the bottom half of the 7th inning with a solo shot for the final run for the Rangers. So a 6-2 final. The Rangers had 7 hits and 2 errors as well in the first game. As I mentioned earlier, Parrott went 1 for 3 with a solo shot in the bottom half of the 4th inning, while Garrett was 2 for 3 on the afternoon with 1 run and 1 RBI, both of those coming on her solo shot to left field. Other hits for the Rangers came from Brittany Corrales, who finished the afternoon 1 for 4 at the plate, and Madison McGraw, the center fielder, who was 1 for 3, as well as Estrella Guardiola, who was 1 for 3 as well on the afternoon. So the Rangers will turn their attention to the second game this afternoon, trying to split the day and give themselves a chance, keep themselves a chance at winning the series, barring 2 wins tomorrow afternoon. Head coach Jill Webb has gone with some adjustments here for the second game in her lineup as we take a look at that, as both teams are huddled up in the outfield getting set for our second game on an evening that has turned pretty chilly here in Alva. The Rangers will start number 3, Brittany Corrales in the 1 hole playing third base. Number 22, Morgan Kirk at shortstop. Madison McGraw, number 8, will hit in the 3 hole at center field. Number 17, Maddie Parrott, will bat cleanup at first base. Macy Madewell, number 7, will play right field and hit 5th. Jada Overby will take over at second base for Katie Bell. Number 23, she will hit 6th. Audrey Estes will be the designated player, number 1. Estrella Guardiola will be the catcher, number 28. And Peyton Garrett, number 2, the center fielder, will round out the starting lineup for the Rangers, while Carly Murray will once again take to the mound after pitching 2 2/3 inning in relief duty of Madison Garza, the starter for Game 1, who went 4 1/3 inning, giving up 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and struck out 4 batters, while Carly Murray gave up just 4 hits, a run, and an earned run, as well as 1 walk in her 2 2/3 inning of work. Southeastern was captained on the afternoon in Game 1 by Kelsey Meeks, the starting pitcher, who went for her 7th complete game of the season and picked up her 8th win to move her record on the year to 8-3. The junior McPherson College transfer went 7 innings, as I mentioned, giving up 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and struck out 2 batters along the way. And Coach Ron Fabian will turn to Emily Cudd, number 11, to take to the circle here in this second game as we look at the rest of the lineup for the Savage Storm. Starting out in the leadoff role once again will be Symphony Shomo playing second base, followed by number 24, Destiny Riddle, playing third base. And in the 3 hole will once again be number 14, Keisha Thompson, the center fielder. Batting cleanup will be number 20, Alexis Watson, the first baseman. Number 10, Carson Brigance, will be behind the plate for their second game this afternoon. And batting 6th will be number 6, Michaela Wallace. She will also be playing shortstop. Batting 7th will be number 9, Sydney Hinkle. And batting 8th will be number 1, Kennedy Sawyers, the right fielder. And on the mound, as I mentioned, will be number 11, Emily Cudd. We'll see how Coach Fabian wants to adjust his lineup once we get underway as far as the designated player and pitcher rule comes into effect. But regardless, the Southeastern Savage Storm had some productivity on the offensive side of the ball in game number 1, getting 13 hits. Destiny Riddle leading the way, going 3 for 4, scoring a run, as Keisha Thompson also went 3 for 4, while Carson Brigance, the catcher, went 2 for 4 with an RBI. And Michaela Wallace, the shortstop, went 1 for 3 with an RBI. And Sydney Hinkle, the left fielder, went 3 for 4 on the afternoon with 2 RBIs. So we are set to go underway as the sun is setting here in Alva and the lights come on for the second half of our doubleheader, as Symphony Shomo will once again lead things off for the Savage Storm. Shomo went 1 for 5 and was caught stealing at third base in the first game. She was called out twice for making contact with the ball outside of the batter's box. And she will step in after entering the series with a .411 batting average, getting 23 hits and 56 at-bats. And she will face an evened-up count at 1-1 from Ranger starter Carly Murray, who will continue her work here after coming in relief of Madison Garza. The Hinton, Oklahoma native went 2 2/3 innings and will just continue rolling along here as the 1-1 pitch is fouled off towards the Ranger dugout by Shomo. Southeastern now stands at 4-1 in conference play, as I mentioned. Coach Fabian had a young team last year, and that experience has shown here in the beginning of this season, beating some very good competition in 2 stout tournaments to begin the year, and then starting out good as Shomo dribbles one over to the second baseman. Overby makes the throw, but it is dropped by Parrott, as Shomo will advance on the error by the first baseman, Parrott. We have our first base runner of this second game. Both teams committed 2 errors in game 1 of our series, as number 24, Destiny Riddle, the third baseman, will step in with Shomo at first. Murray will check her pitch chart on the arm and deliver as Shomo takes off to second, and Guardiola will throw, but it is well late as Shomo now steals her 18th base of the season in 22 attempts. And I wouldn't be surprised if she might try for third as Riddle digs back in. Count stands at 0-1. Shomo, the leadoff hitter, is on second as she squares up to bunt, and Riddle gets it down, picked up by Parrott, the first baseman, turned around and thrown over to Overby, who covers at first for the sacrifice bunt, as Shomo is able to move over to third. And the Savage Storm are threatening early here in the second half of our doubleheader with a runner on third base, as Keisha Thompson, who did her damage going 3 for 4 in game number 1, will step in from the right side. Murray will deliver, and it's a hard hit ball to center field, and it is caught by the center fielder McGraw, making a sprint out to get it deep into the right center field gap, but Shomo, my apologies, will tag and score for our first run of the afternoon, as Keisha Thompson will get the sacrifice RBI to center field on a good play from Madison McGraw, who ranged over a long way to make that play. On a hard hit ball, they got up into the wind and seemed like it had a chance to go out, but the wind has died down just a bit here for this second game, as Alexis Watson, the first baseman, number 20, will step in and takes first ball for a ball. Watson, a freshman from Muskogee, Oklahoma, will swing on and pop one up to the second baseman Overby, who will make the play for the third out of the inning, but the Savage Storm do strike after an error by Parrott. will lead to an unearned run for Murray, and the Rangers will trail 1-0 after the first. We will be back shortly. You're watching Rangers Softball live on RideRangersRide.com. And welcome back to the bottom half of the first inning, as Southeastern coach Ron Fabian will send out number 11, Emily Cudd, the Purcell, Oklahoma native. The 5'6" junior right-hander will step into the circle for the start this afternoon and will face Brittany Corrales, the third baseman, in the leadoff hitter position. Cudd on the season has a 6.43 ERA, has appeared in 9 games, starting 5 of those, going 28 innings, surrendering 39 hits, 23 runs, 20 of those earned, walking 6 batters and striking out 9 along the way. Batters are hitting .339 against her. As we see an even count here, 1-1 to Corrales. Corrales was 1 for 4 in game number 1 as she looks at the 1-1 pitch and pops it up towards center field. Keisha Thompson will make the play for the first out of the inning. Rangers have put the bat on the ball consistently this afternoon. However, they have popped up quite a bit. We'll be looking to get some harder hit balls in the second game as the freshman number 22, Morgan Kirk, playing shortstop this afternoon, digs in and takes a first pitch strike from Cudd. Cudd, as I mentioned, from Purcell High School, as Overby rips one foul towards the home bench, and it looks like everybody is okay, as that was a hard hit shot. My apologies, not Overby. Kirk is the one that ripped one and will now face the 0-2 count. As Cudd will dig in and deliver, and it is low, well in front of the plate, and the count moves to 1-2. Corrales popped up to center field for the first out of the inning as Southeastern Corrales swung and missed, and it hit her, so it is still out. It will be Kirk. My apologies, Kirk. So that will be the second out of the inning. And Cudd will go back to work here against number 8, Madison McGraw, playing center field, who will pop one over towards the first baseman, Watson, who will not be able to make the play. And the count goes 0-1. Cudd will wind up and deliver to McGraw, who will take the second pitch for a strike. McGraw went 1 for 3 on the afternoon in the first game of our doubleheader. As Cudd delivers just a bit outside, the count moves to 1-2. McGraw, a two-time all-conference selection, returns for her fourth season in the Ranger red. As Cudd delivers, it is fouled off. As all afternoon, Northwestern has battled hard at the plate, getting a lot of contact on the softball. Unfortunately, that has not been squared up in the right direction many times. As Cudd delivers, and it is fouled off again. McGraw seems to be just a bit late on the Cudd fastball. Count stands at 1-2, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. Cudd delivers, and it is hit over to the third baseman, and the play is made for the third out in the inning. So the Rangers are unable to get anything going in the bottom half of the first. You're watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. We'll be back shortly. And we are set to move into the top half of the second inning here at the Alvarette Complex for the second game of our doubleheader action between the Rangers and the Savage Storm. Southeastern took the first game by a final score of 6-2 to move to 4-1 in conference play. Carly Murray will step back out into the circle to face off against Carson Brigance, the catcher number 10 from the right side, as she will pop one up foul down the third base line. Brigance was 2 for 4 in the first game, scoring 2 runs and an RBI. Southeastern capitalized on an error by first baseman Maddie Parrott in the top half of the first and advanced Shoma over to second on a steal. Sack bunted her over to third, and then got the sacrifice fly from Keisha Thompson to score the first round. Textbook fundamental softball here on this beautiful evening in Alva. Murray delivers, and Brigance hits a hard shot to left center as McGraw will field it at the wall and throw it into the shortstop, Kirk. And Brigance is into second with the leadoff double. The second consecutive inning where a Savage Storm runner will get on base to lead things off. That will bring up number 6, Michaela Wallace, the shortstop, who hit a 2-run shot to left field in our first game. And we'll get an opportunity here with the leadoff hitter on. Murray delivers, and it is a bunt back to Murray, who will field it and throw over to the second baseman, Overby, to retire the batter, but the runner, Brigance, does advance over to third on the sacrifice bunt. Southeastern has a runner at third. So Coach Fabian once again going with the fundamental approach here, as number 9, Sydney Hinkle, will step in. And Murray will hit the batter, Hinkle, in the arm. And we have runners on first and third base with 1 out here in the top half of the second. That will bring up number 1, the right fielder, Kennedy Sawyers. Sawyers, a pitcher/outfielder from Sand Springs, Oklahoma, a sophomore left-handed batter, as Murray delivers, and it's a hard shot right back at Murray, who makes the play. Her second nice grab on a line shot of the afternoon for the second out of the inning, as Sawyer is retired. Bringing up the pitcher, Emily Cudd. Who will bat 9th in the order this evening. First pitch, and we have a rundown at second base after Hinkle fell down trying to steal, and the runner is safe as Brigance will come around to score on a play that is definitely going to be under question here from the Ranger dugout. Hinkle was in the process of stealing but tripped trying to steal, and I believe the call is going to be interference on first baseman Maddie Parrott, deeming the runner at first base, Hinkle, safe, and in the process, Brigance was able to come home and score on a weird play here as Star Guardiola, the catcher, was unsure, quite frankly, of what to do. And the Savage Storm make the Rangers pay. And we will reset here as everybody seems satisfied, and the score moves to 2-0 here as we're getting it on the scoreboard. So after all that, Emily Cudd will dig back in and foul one off here with 2 outs. I believe when Hinkle fell down and was trying to come back, Parrott didn't get out of her way when the rundown started, and so she was called for interference, as Cudd will pop one up that will get just foul over towards the bleachers. A few fans braving the all of a sudden chilly conditions here at the Arc, as some know it as. Count stands at 1-2, according to our home plate umpire. And Murray will deliver and swung on and missed for the strikeout. Bang! Our first strikeout of the afternoon. Murray gets out of it. And the score stands at 2-0. Here, moving into the bottom half of the second inning, you are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. We'll be back shortly. And we return here to the Alva Rec Complex for the second half of doubleheader action between your Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers and the Southeastern Oklahoma State Savage Storm. Moving into the bottom half of the second inning, Southeastern has been able to manufacture a run in each of the first 2 innings to jump out to a 2-0 lead, with Parrott, Madewell, and Overby due up in the bottom half of the second inning. Parrott will dig in and will take the first pitch low for a ball. Parrott had a solo home run in our first game, going 1 for 3. We'll take the second pitch for a strike to even up the count at 1-1. Parrott has committed 2 errors in the field so far, so she will be looking to make her contributions on the offensive side as Cud winds up and delivers low for ball number 2. Rangers went 3 up, 3 down in the first. 2 by way of pop-up, 1 by way of strikeout as Cud delivers for strike number 2, catches the outside half of the plate. Parrott, a Des Moines area community college transfer hailing from Indianola, Iowa, as Cud delivers a pitch that won't count and we will reset everything and the count will go to 2-2. As she will deliver, and it is hit hard back up the middle to Cud, who makes the play and tosses it over to Watson for the 1-3 putout of Parrott. Another hard hit ball from the Rangers, just not in the right place. And number 7, Macy Madewell, the right fielder, will step in. Who entered this series with one of the team's best batting averages at .304. And we'll take the first pitch low for a ball. Madewell went 0 for 2 in our first game this afternoon, but did draw a walk and hits a hard ball to left field in front of the left fielder. And we have our first Ranger base runner of this second game on an absolutely lined shot right in front of Chatelier, the left fielder. And Macy Madewell is aboard with a 1-out single. That will bring up the second baseman, number 23, Jada Overby, seeing her first action of the afternoon, the freshman from Redlands, California. Hailing from Redlands High School, 5'7" right-handed hitter, listed as a middle infielder, will take the first pitch for a strike. And Cud will deliver, and it's a hard chopper right back up to Cud. Turns around to second, makes the play at second for the force out, but is unable to turn the double play. And Madewell, the lead runner, will be out as Overby is aboard on the fielder's choice. So that will stand as the 6-4 putout of Madewell. And Overby is aboard with a fielder's choice as the first pitch to the designated player Audrey Estes is a strike, and she will foul off the second one for a strike as well. 2 outs. Overby standing at first after the fielder's choice that was chopped over to the shortstop was tossed over to second for the force out of Madewell as Cud delivers outside as Overby with a large lead, and the catcher throws over to first, and Overby gets back just in time. The heads-up play from the catcher, Brigance. I think the slow tag from Watson was the only thing keeping Overby safe over at first. So we will reset with a 1-2 count as Cud delivers, and is swung on and missed by, nope, she fouled it off. My apologies. And stays alive with a 1-2 count. Estes came on and pinch hit in our last game and was 0 for 1. She has struck out here to end the bottom half of the second inning. So 1 out single from Madewell does no damage on the Southeastern Savage Storm. They take the 2-0 advantage moving into the top half of the third. You are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. And welcome back here to the top half of the third inning. Shomo, Riddle, and Thompson will be due up for the Savage Storm as the starter in our second game of this doubleheader action. Carly Murray steps in and delivers a first pitch strike that catches the outside half of the plate to Shomo, who came around to score after the error on Maddie Parrott, got her on base. She stole second, was bunted over to third, and then scored on the sacrifice fly from Thompson. And Shomo will foul off the 0-1 pitch and is down in the count 0-2. Southeastern looking to complete the day sweep here after winning the first game 6-2. As Murray delivers the 0-2 pitch and is swung and missed. And gets her second strikeout in a row as the junior Hinton, Oklahoma native is settling into this evening contest and will be looking to complete the 3-in-a-row trifecta of the Southeastern Savage Storm. Murray will deliver low in there for a strike to number 24, Destiny Riddle, the third baseman. A little bit of a slow relay call there from the umpire. And Murray will check her pitch chart and let it rip as it is fouled off behind us here in the press box behind home plate. Murray sports an ERA before today of 6 in her 11 in her 12th appearance of the year. No, excuse me, her 8th appearance of the year. She has appeared before today. She has appeared in 7 games and started 5 of them as the home plate umpire takes one off the face mask, and we will give him a break here with the count 0-2. I think that provided the entire ballpark with a scare as it was a hard shot off the face mask. And we will reset. Murray checks the pitch chart, goes through the windup, and will throw outside for ball number 1. Struck out the leadoff batter, Shomo, who before today had a batting average of over 400 on the year. She will look to do the same here against Destiny Riddle, but misses high with the rise ball. Count moves to 2-2. Riddle entered today with a .283 batting average and pops this one up down the first base line, and the play is made by Maddie Parrott for the second out of the inning. And we now have 2 outs as Keisha Thompson steps into the batter's box after getting the RBI sacrifice fly in the first. And hits a line shot to left field over the fence for a solo home run on a ball that was absolutely laced. And Southeastern tacks on their third run of the ball game and leads 3-0. So the solo home run from Thompson with 2 outs will set the stage here for number 20, Alexis Watson, to get an at-bat. He popped up to the second baseman in her first at-bat back in the first. Carly Murray misses high and is behind in the count 1-0. 3-0 ball game here in the top half of the third inning, Southeastern looking to move to 5-1 in Great American Conference play. The Rangers still searching for their first victory as Watson fouls one off straight back to the GoPro setup camera here right behind the plate, and it takes the shot pretty well. So 1-1 count, 2 outs, top half of the third. Watson at the plate, Murray on the mound. Murray trying to get out of this thing after giving up the solo shot to Keisha Thompson in the last at-bat. Thompson now has 2 of the 3 RBIs for the Savage Storm. Count moves to 2-1 after Murray misses low. She will check her pitch chart and deliver. And another hard hit ball to left center field. That ball is back, and off the top of the fence and out. It was just over the outstretched arm of the center fielder, Madison McGraw, for back-to-back solo shots from Southeastern. And the score is now 4-0. That is the second time throughout the day that the Savage Storm has gone back-to-back home runs, as pitching coach Laura Miller will come out to have a chat with Carly Murray. And that was the 6th home run of the afternoon combined for both teams. And number 10, Carson Brigance, the catcher, will step in. She hits a hard shot down the third base line. Falls behind in the count 0-1. Count stands at 0-1 here as Murray has given up two out runs. And we'll check her pitch chart before delivering, as that is swung and fouled off. Murray will jump ahead in the count 0-2. Brigance went 2 for 4 in the first game with an RBI and 2 runs. Murray delivers just a bit high, trying to get her to chase on the rise ball. The count moves to 1-2 with Southeastern ahead 4-0, as Murray will wind up and deliver. And it is a sharp hit ball, but contained easily by the second baseman, Overby. And after the 2 solo shot home runs with 2 outs, the score is now 4-0 here in the second game of our doubleheader. You are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. And we are back here for the bottom half of the third inning. The Savage Storm strike for 2 runs in the top half of the third, as Southeastern starter Emily Cudd will step back out into the circle to face off against Stalia Guardiola, Peyton Garrett, and then moving back to the top half of the lineup, Brittany Corrales here in this second game of our doubleheader, as everybody is getting set. And Emily Cudd will step into the circle. And we will get ready to go. Cudd will wind and deliver right down the middle for strike number 1. As Guardiola decides not to take the pitch right down the middle. And the count moves to 0-1. Cudd winds up, delivers again. Inside, nearly clips Guardiola, but she's able to get out of the way. Guardiola with her first at-bat in this game, but did go 1 for 3 in game number 1 as Cudd will miss just outside. And the count moves to 2-1. That will set up a batter's count here as Cudd winds and delivers. Guardiola thinks about going but doesn't, and the count moves to 3-1. And the Northwestern offense will look to get things going against the Southeastern team that has scored runs in a variety of ways here. As Guardiola hits one hard to deep center field over the fence, and it is out of here for a solo shot to lead off the bottom half of the third inning. The Rangers' third home run of the afternoon and the first of this game to put their first runs on the board. And we have a 4-1 ball game here at the Alvarette Complex. Guardiola absolutely crushes it to center field over the head of the camera operator in center field. It was so far past him, he didn't even look at it. It was just absolutely, it didn't reach its altitude before it was out there. And Guardiola knocks in her first home run in the season as Garrett chops one over to third base, and it is foul. That will stand as Guardiola's first home run of the season and third RBI as the junior college transfer is establishing herself as a possible go-to catcher for head coach Jill Webb here in her first full season as the Ranger head coach, taking over last season as an interim head coach before being promoted during the season. Count will even up here at 1-1 as Cudd will face off against Peyton Garrett, the center fielder, trying to recover after the solo shot. And we'll move ahead in the count 1-2, even though the scoreboard says 2-1. And we get it fixed, and we are ready to go. And Cudd delivers in a hard shot to into the glove of the outstretched second baseman, but it will fall down for a single as Shomo, the second baseman, tried to make the diving catch but was unable to as the ball hit her glove so hard it bounced back out. And Garrett will get credited with the single as we have back-to-back hits here for the Rangers as they have caught life in the bottom half of this third inning. And Krauss will dig in and foul one off as it looked like Garrett was looking to steal second. And Garrett will stand on first after the single. Cudd faces the pitcher, faces her first adversity of the contest, and will wind and deliver. It's a hard hit ball to center field up in the wind, but it will not be hard enough as the center fielder Thompson is able to camp under it, and the Cudd finally gets her first out of the inning by way of a fly out to center field. So Garrett remains at first, one out.
Now to bat number 22, Morgan Kirk.
Number 22, Morgan Kirk. The junior will step in out of Augusta, Kansas, the Cali Community College transfer. Listed as a third baseman, but playing shortstop as Cudd delivers. She hits a hard ball, but foul on a nice swing. And we will put a new ball in play with the count 0-1 with one out here and Garrett on first. Cud will wind and deliver as a chopper hit to the shortstop. Will turn it around to second, over for good, and back over to first. Not in time as the shortstop Wallace was able to make the play over to Shomo for the 6-4 put out of Garrett. And Kirk will stand at first after a fielder's choice. So up steps number 8, Madison McGraw, who will take the first pitch for a ball after lining out to the third baseman on her first at bat in the first inning. Will hit a hard hit ball straight into the Ranger dugout. McGraw looking to get her season going as she did a year ago after a slow start to the year, as Cud will wind and deliver low for a ball. And the catcher for Gantz will throw over to try and keep Kirk honest at first. So the count stands at 2-1. We have 2 outs here in the bottom half of the third inning, as the Rangers opened up the inning with 2 hits, and McGraw will hit a line shot. Oh, and what a play by the right fielder on a running, leaping, over-the-head catch on an absolute hard-hit ball that would have surely scored Kirk from first. And the great defensive play puts an end to this bottom half of the inning, but the Rangers do score 1 with our score at 4-1 here after 3 innings of play. We will move to the top half of the fourth. You are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. And we move to the top half of the fourth inning as the Rangers put their first run on the board and narrow the Southeastern lead to just 3 with the score at 4-1, with Carson Brigance, Michaela Wallace, and Brittany Chatelier due up here in the fourth. Wallace, Hinkle, and Sawyers will be due up here, as Wallace will fall behind in the count 0-1 and will serve as the leadoff hitter of this inning. Wallace had a sacrifice back in the second and will take the second pitch for a strike. As Murray will reset, check the pitch chart, go through the windup and deliver. Just a bit high, looked like a good pitch, but the count will move to 1-2. Murray looking for her second strikeout of the evening. As a hard hit ball to right center field will get caught by the center fielder, Madison McGraw, on an unbelievable diving catch on a phenomenal play in right center by the center fielder, stealing away a hit, and that is back-to-back outstanding defensive plays for both teams. Bringing up number 9, Sydney Hinkle, as she will swing right through that opening pitch. And that diving play from McGraw, you can feel, provided some energy here at the Alvarette complex. Answering the defensive play as a line shot is caught by Corrales. And we have quickly got 2 outs here. McGraw's defensive play answered the nice catch that was made by the right fielder in the previous half inning. Sawyers that robbed a hit from McGraw. So that was a little payback there from the Rangers center fielder, as Sawyers will now step in. Going back and forth across my play charts and sheets here. Sawyers will pop one up high to the center fielder, McGraw, and she will make the play. So that will be 3 up, 3 down for Carly Murray as she gets through the 4th inning with no runs, no hits, no errors. The score remains at 4-1 as the Rangers are due up here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. You are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. And our in-studio producer, Pat Inkpen, will bring back the live coverage here at the Alvarette Complex. Him and Eric Andrus standing out, braving the cold weather in center field, deserve all the credit in the world this evening, bringing you this live coverage of Ranger softball. Maddie Parrott, Macy Madewell, and Jada Overby are set to come to the plate here in the bottom half of the 4th inning as the Rangers struck for their first run in the bottom half of the 3rd and were sparked by a diving play. And that's a hard hit ball, deep left field, and that thing is out of here for Maddie Parrott's second solo shot of the afternoon. And in the first pitch of the bottom half of the 4th inning, the senior Iowa native puts the second run of the ball game on the board for the Rangers, and that brings our score to 4-2 on a ball that was absolutely crushed to left field. And that will bring up Macy Madewell, who got a single and lines one to the third baseman as she bobbles it, but recovers in time to throw it over to Watson. Riddle at third base was able to recover on the absolute shot from Madewell as the Rangers are being aggressive. 2 first pitch swings. And that will be our first out of the inning as number 23, Jada Overby. And we have another first pitch swing. This one is foul. And Overby advanced on a fielder's choice. Got on base by way of a fielder's choice back in the second. So Cud will deliver. It misses outside, just a bit outside. Evening up the count at 1-1. 2-run ball game here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The score is 4-2. Maddie Parrott's solo home run. As that one is fouled off, and Overby will now be behind in the count 1-2. Parrott's solo home run in this inning. as well as Estrella Guardiola's solo shot in the bottom half of the third served as the 2 runs as Overby gets jammed and Pop loops one back to the pitcher for our second out of the inning, bringing up the designated player number 1, Audrey Estes, who struck out back in the second. As Cud winds, delivers, and it's a hard hit ball high to left center field, but the left fielder Chatelier will be able to come over and make the play on a ball that looked like it had a decent chance of getting out of the ballpark in this gusty wind. But nevertheless, Maddie Parrott's second solo home run of the afternoon makes it a 2-run ball game. We are 4-2 in favor of Southeastern, headed to the top of the 5th. You are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. And we are ready to rock and roll here in the top half of the 5th as the pitcher, Emily Cudd, grounds one over to the shortstop, Morgan Kirk, who will make the play over to Maddie Parrott, the first baseman. That will be a 6-3 putout of the pitcher, Cudd. And we are underway as we move back to the top half of the order. Carly Murray trying to keep the advantage at 2, or keep the disadvantage for the Rangers at 2 here in this inning as Shomo squares the bunt and gets it down. The first baseman, Parrott, picks it up and rifles it over to first as the second baseman, Overby, covers. And Shomo is retired for the second out of the inning. That will be the 3-4 putout of Shomo. So in steps number 24, Destiny Riddle, the third baseman. She had a sacrifice bunt back in the first and then popped up to the first baseman, foul in the third, and will trail in the count 1-0 as Carly Murray looks to go 3 up, 3 down for the second inning in a row. That ball is hit hard to center field, and it looks like it will get down in front of the center fielder, McGraw. And Riddle is on with a single on a ball that was jammed in at her hands, but blooped over just in dead man's zone, really. Bringing up Keisha Thompson, number 14, who was the first of 2 solo home runs back in the third and has done her damage to the Rangers all afternoon, going 3 for 4 in the first game. So this will be a crucial out for Carly Murray to get, but finds herself down in the count 1-0 here with 2 outs and delivers inside with Riddle standing on first. Murray will take the signs from Guardiola, check the pitcher's chart located on her wrist, winds up and delivers the ball inside that is pulled hard foul towards the Ranger dugout, one of the many balls that have found their way against the chain link fence that protects the Rangers. A wind that was blowing very hard this afternoon has seemed to die down just a little bit, but is still moving the flag out in center field quite a bit. as we get set for the 2-1 pitch, which will be low in the dirt. And Thompson gets ahead 3-1 with Riddle on first. Murray obviously being conscientious of Thompson. And Murray lines one foul. I'm not sure what that word was I just made up, but she's being careful of Thompson pitching around her, filling up the count 3-2 with 2 outs. Big pitch here for Murray as she looks to keep the Ranger disadvantage to just 2 runs. Southeastern ahead 4-2. She will check her pitch chart, wind, deliver, and it is a cold third strike for the 3rd out of the inning. And we will move to the bottom half of the 5th. The momentum's in Northwestern's favor here with the score 4-2 in favor of Southeastern. You are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. And after the brief time out, Brittany Corrales has hit a home run to left field to make this a one-run ball game here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. On the new Southeastern pitcher, number 24, Destiny Riddle, after a slew of defensive changes by Coach Ron Fabian. He had Savage Storm players moving all over the map. And Kirk will hit a line shot over the right fielder's head, rounding seconds, and will have a stand-up double. And the Rangers have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here. And number 8, Madison McGraw, coming up to the plate. McGraw, the center fielder, a senior, is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. And the Rangers have done their damage with consecutive one-run innings. We'll be looking to tie this thing up with a runner in scoring position at second base after Morgan Kirk's line shot over the right fielder's head. The defensive changes from Coach Fabian and the pitcher's change. Obviously not the solution to slowing down this Ranger attack. And we will have more changes from Southeastern, as it looks like number 2, Kelsey Meeks, the starter from the first game, will enter this contest at the pitcher position. Meeks went 7 innings strong, picking up her 8th win of the season, giving up just 2 earned runs. So Coach Fabian will turn to Meeks, and we will take a short break as Meeks gets warmed up, as Northwestern has narrowed the game to just 4-3 here with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And after some more defensive changes from Coach Fabian, Kelsey Meeks came on and got a pop out from Madison McGraw to the second baseman to end the Rangers rally. But we do have a 4-3 ball game. As I mentioned earlier, the Rangers have struck with 1 run in 3 consecutive half innings in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And we have a tight one here at the Alvarette Complex as Carly Murray takes to the circle against Alexis Watson, the first baseman. And we'll take a look at the pitch chart, wind up and deliver. Swung on and fouled above the press box. So Brittany Crowless's home run in the top of the 5th is the 3rd solo shot for the Rangers today. Guardiola had one in the 3rd, Parrott in the 4th. And like I mentioned, Crowless in the 5th as a chopper over to third base, or shortstop, is fielded by Kirk and thrown over to first for the first out of the inning as Watson is retired. With the 6-3 putout. So Carson Brigance will step in. And is 1 for 2 on the day. While looking on the first pitch for a ball. Murray and Guardiola with some miscommunication, but she will deliver in high and inside. As Brigance gets out of the way and gets ahead in the count 2-0. Carly Murray and her working into her 8th consecutive inning of action. She came in for 2 innings in the last game as she delivers a strike over the heart of the plate. And the count moves to 2-1. She went 2 2/3 in that 6-2 loss for the Rangers in relief of Madison Garza. She gave up just 1 earned run and 4 hits. As a shot over to the shortstop Kirk again is fielded and thrown over to Parrott, and the out is made of Brigance. A second consecutive 6-3 put out. And number 6, Michaela Wallace, the shortstop, will step in. Wallace has had a good afternoon at the plate as well, but is 0 for 1 in this contest. First pitch comes across and was a ball. As Murray will deliver, and a hard hit ball to left center will drop down in between the trio of Ranger defenders and Kirk, Garrett, and McGraw that tried to make the play, but a perfectly placed blooper for Wallace will serve as a 2-out single, bringing up Sydney Hinkle. Hinkle was hit by a pitch in the second and reached on, fouled out to third base in the 4th as the first pitch misses for a ball. So runners on first with 2 outs. Michaela Wallace had the 2-out single, sending the inning for Sydney Hinkle, who will swing on and foul one over towards the Ranger dugout. Northwestern trying to put together a comeback here to collect their first Great American Conference victory of the season. As Murray will check her pitch count chart, and deliver, and it's chopped foul down the third base line, narrowly missing Coach Fabian, who has used his normal defensive adjustments here in these last 2 innings to try and slow down this Ranger offense that is just putting runs on the board thanks to the solo home runs from Guardiola, Parrott, and Corrales. We will reset as there was some miscommunication from, I believe, pitching coach Allura Miller to Guardiola. We will redo this 1-2 count. Pitch is delivered. And it is a called third strike. Not sure even Murray knew what the call was there, but it will be the third strike and the third out of the inning. Murray now has 4 strikeouts throughout this game, and we will move to the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Rangers will try and put up their 4th consecutive frame with a number here to complete this comeback against the Southeastern Savage Storm. You are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. And number 17, Maddie Parrott, will step back into the box. She has 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a solo home run. Back in the 4th inning to get things started here in the bottom half of the 6th. And it will swing through the first pitch for a first pitch strike. Coach Fabian has gone back to Kelsey Meeks in the circle, who started the first game and limited the Rangers to just 2 earned runs. She misses and evens up the count at 1-1. This will be the 3rd pitcher of the game, as we have seen Emily Cudd, Destiny Riddle, and now Meeks, who delivers it straight down the middle for a strike. And Maddie Parrott will be down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4-3 ball game, bottom half of the 6th inning here on the home opener for the Rangers, as Parrott will pop one up high and foul behind the press box here behind home plate. The home opening day here for a Ranger softball team that is looking for their first conference game of the year, as Weeks will deliver and chop one. Parrott chops one over to the first baseman, who will take it herself for the unassisted putout. And that will bring up Macy Madewell, number 7, the right fielder, who had a single back in the 2nd, and then grounded out to the third baseman in the 4th. So with 1 out, the Paris, Texas native, a transfer from Northeast Texas Community College, will step in. And will swing and hit a hard ball to deep center field. It is high, it is back, and it is out of here. And we have a tie ball game. 4-4 as the Rangers strike with their 4th solo home run of the evening. And it is a tie game here at the Arc. Macy Madewell with her 3rd home run of the season and her 2nd of the day. And the Ranger softball squad has new life and has tied up a very talented Southeastern Oklahoma State squad, as head coach Jill Webb looks to put in a pinch hitter to continue the momentum. Looks like it's going to be number 9, Chesney Fouts, the Alva native and Western Oklahoma College transfer. who will be in for number 23, Jada Overby. After the home solo shot from Macy Madewell, directly in line with our cameraman, Jay Lee, out there in center field. He was ducking, folks. As Fouts will come on and get hit. And advance on the hit by pitch. So with one out here, the Rangers have a runner on first as Fabian looks like he is going to make some possible changes. He will huddle with his team in the circle. And we will have a pinch runner for the Rangers as Fouts will come out and Katie Bell will come in. Substitutions flying all over the place here at the Alvarette complex. And it appears that Coach Fabian is not going to make a substitution of any kind, but Coach Webb will. Ashley Green, number 18, a catcher / first baseman from Joplin, Missouri, a transfer from Northern Oklahoma College, Tonkawa. Will step into the batter's box to face off against Meeks with Katie Bell, number 10, pinch running for Chesney Fouts, who was hit by a pitch to advance to first. This all came after a huge game-tying solo home run from Macy Madewell as our home plate umpire is scrambling around trying to get all these substitutions down. He will take a brief stoppage as he collects his thoughts and gets ready to get things going here in the bottom half of the sixth. And we are ready to go. So Green steps in and looks at a first pitch strike. 5'6" junior, as I mentioned, transferred from NOC Tonkawa after a 2-year career there. She has played in 7 games this year, starting in 3, and is 0 for 10 at the plate. And she will readjust some equipment, take a look at a play sheet, get her batting gloves back on. And we are ready to rock and roll here with an 0-1 count. The pitch is delivered and fouled off as Bell at first is showing no signs of stealing, even though you might figure that would be the game plan here. Anyways, Meeks will deliver, and it is fouled off again. Green looks over for a sign from Coach Webb, but nothing is given. And we will get going on the 0-2 count. Meeks will deliver. And it is chopped back to her. She looks at second but goes to first. She thought about trying to get the lead runner of Bell, but Green moves over the runner into scoring position, setting up Star Guardiola with a runner in the lead runner at second base, and Katie Bell as Ashley Green, the pinch hitter, comes in and does her job and moves the runner over, as Star Guardiola will take a first pitch high ball in this 4-4 game. 2 outs, 1-0 count. Guardiola at the plate, Bell at second, and Meeks on the mound as she will deliver. And it's off the hosel of the bat. Looked like it may have had a chance to get over the second baseman, Shoma, but it does not, and that will retire the inning. But nevertheless, the Rangers tie it up 4-4. We move to the top of the 7th. You're watching live Ranger softball on RideRangersRide.com. And we are back here in the final inning of scheduled play at the top half of the 7th with number 1, Kennedy Sawyers, the right fielder, stepping in, the left-handed batter to face Carly Murray. That will be a first pitch strike. The Rangers have put together 4 consecutive frames of 1-run softball. As Murray will step back, into the circle. Check the pitch sheet, wind and deliver. Sawyer will foul one off down the third base line. Carly Murray gave up 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, but after that has been absolutely flawless, trying to will the Rangers to their first conference victory of the season here in their home opener. As Sawyers, fouls one off. Murray has 4 strikeouts so far and will be looking for her 5th with an 0-2 count. As this one is popped up to center field. The wind has it, but McGraw is camped under it. A great read of the wind and makes the routine play in center field for the first out of the inning. And now Kelsey Meeks. The pitcher will step in. We know she is an effective player on the mound. And she is 3 for 6 at the plate for the year with a double and 4 total bases. So she can be effective at the plate as well. And a check swing, she goes. And the count will even up at 1-1. 1 out, top half of the 7th, tie ball game 4-4 here at the Arc. Between the Rangers and the Savage Storm, the moon is out and the wind is up, as it has gotten very cold here for the remaining fans taking in their first home softball action of the season. Kelsey Meeks is at the plate. Carly Murray on the mound, or in the circle, as she will wind and deliver outside, and the count moves to 3-1. And Murray is in danger of walking her first batter of the evening. She will take a look at her pitch chart, wind and deliver right down the middle for a full count of 3-2 with 1 out. The Hinton, Oklahoma native has been extremely effective on the mound in the last 3 frames. She's looking to continue it in to the 7th. As Meeks, the batter, will call time, get a check swing, take a look at the plate, and reset. Murray will reset as well. Will wind, deliver, and fouled off barely in the dirt. I think some of the Ranger fans thought that it was a swing and miss as well. But we will do it again. The count 3-2, 1 out. And Murray delivers inside. And she will walk her first batter of the night. Kelsey Meeks. It's on by way of the walk, and we will move to the top half of the order here and the top half of the 7th. Symphony Shomo, the second baseman, who got on by way of error in the first, and will dribble one over to the third baseman, Corrales, who will turn and make the play at second for an out. Katie Bell came over and made the force out of Meeks. Shomo gets on base by way of a fielder's choice. but Meeks is retired 5-4 at second base. So that brings up Destiny Riddle. She had a sacrifice bunt in the first, fouled out to first in the third, advanced on a single in the fifth, and this will be her fourth at-bat as she is 1 for 2 on the day. Murray will deliver outside as it looked like the ever willing to run Shomo was going to go. Guardiola was ready to throw, but there was a no-go. So we will reset and do the 1-0 count with 2 outs. And Murray delivers. The bunt isn't pulled back in time, and it is a strike. Count moves to 1-1. One pitch to Riddle. Shomo on first. 22 steal attempts this season. She should be looking to go. And she will. Guardiola makes the throw. And it's a beautiful throw, and the tag is not there. And it is a called save. And it was a beautiful throw, but a missed time on the tag by the shortstop, Kirk. And Shomo slides in safe. So Shomo stands at second. As the 1-2 count is a ball to move the count even at 2-2. Shomo has now stolen 19 bases this season in just 18 games, so very impressive from the sophomore out of Tahlequah, Oklahoma, a Sequoia High School product. The Riddle is still at the plate. Carly Murray on the mound. We have a 2-2 count and a tightly contested ball game in the top half of the 7th inning with the score tied 4-4. And the pitch. And bang, it is called the third strike. And Murray gets out of the inning, strands Shomo at second base. And we will move to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Rangers will have a chance to put across the game-winning run. You are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. So we will move to the bottom half of the 7th inning here in Alva as the Rangers, who once trailed 4-0 in this game, have put together 1-run frames in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th to tie this thing up at 4-4 with Garrett, Corrales, and Kirk set to go. Garrett taking a first pitch strike. Garrett is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. A single back in the 3rd, and then a strikeout in the 5th. This is just her 3rd at bat of the game. As Kelsey Meeks, has come out for duty in the bottom half of the 7th. Coach Fabian has used 3 pitchers so far. The 1-1 count is chopped over to the second baseman, Shomo, who makes the play over to Watson for the first out of the inning, and Garrett is retired.
Now to bat number 3, Brittany Corrales.
So up steps Brittany Corrales, who at the last time out the plate crushed a solo home run and is 1 for 3 on the day. Meeks misses high. Put the count at 1-0. 1 out, tie ball game, 4-4. Rangers seeking their first conference victory of the year. And Corrales swings hard through one, just misses it. Like I said, a very hard and aggressive swing. As Meeks delivers, and Corrales will swing on again and miss. Rangers have had 6 home runs today. And Corrales will knock one over to the second baseman for, again, Shomo, who will make the play over to Watson for the second out of the inning. For the second straight 4-3 put out of the game. So in will step number 22, Morgan Kirk, the shortstop. She is 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. No, excuse me, not with an RBI. But nevertheless has reached on a double and a fielder's choice in the 3rd and 5th innings. She will move ahead and count 1-0 as Meeks has come back on and hits. Kirk will hit a chopper over to the shortstop, which is fielded by Michaela Watson. Over to Watson, excuse me, and that will be the 3rd out. The Rangers go down 1-2-3. We are going to extras. We will see the top of the 8th inning. Southeastern set to come back out on the field. You are watching live Rangers softball on RideRangersRide.com. So we are headed to extra innings here at the Alva Recreational Complex. Number 14, Keisha Thompson will step in. The 5'7" junior out of Bonham, Texas, a product of Dodge City High School. Gets ahead in the count 1-0 against Ranger starter Carly Murray, who will begin her 10th straight inning of work. Little miscalculation on the addition. But she will miss again, moving the count to 2-0. Regardless, her 10th straight inning of work here after taking over from Madison Garza, the Ranger starter in the first game, and will miss her 3rd straight pitch and fall behind 3-0. Northwestern once trailed after 4-0 in this game, but have since battled back, all thanks to 4 solo home runs, in which the Rangers have hit 6 throughout the afternoon, showing a little bit of pop in the bats. As Murray will be ready to deliver the 3-1 pitch. It will be inside, and she will walk Thompson. And we have our first runner of extra innings here in Alva. That will bring up Alexis Watson, the first baseman, number 20. She is 1 for 3 on the afternoon with an RBI. She had a solo home run back in the second, excuse me. Carly delivers a first strike. Watson gets a piece of one to right field as the throw is almost in time, but it is a call safe. A nice arm from Macy Madewell displayed. But Thompson is able to get all the way from first to third on the single from Watson to right field. Madewell almost made the impressive throw all the way across the field, but it was just behind as Coach Fabian will pinch run Marilyn Moss, a 5'4" sophomore out of Seminole, Florida. For the first base, at first base. So we've got runners here on first and third, no outs. Carly Murray trying to work in extra innings as we are in the top of the 8th. The score is tied up at 4-4. Northwestern trailed 4-0 after the first 2 innings. After the first 3 innings. And have since battled their way back with 4 solo home runs. And we will battle on here on this chilly evening in Alva. Charlie Miller will deliver. And it's fouled to Carson Brigance, who is 1 for 3 on the day. And Murray will deliver down the middle for a strike. Moves ahead of Brigance 0-2. The leadoff walk put Thompson on, who has advanced over to third after the single to right field from Watson. Here in extra innings. As that one is popped up high in the infield, and it looks like Kirk will camp under it and make the first out of the inning, putting the double play into effect here for the Ranger defense as number 6, Michaela Wallace, will step in. As the fans still brave enough to enjoy the chilly conditions are getting some freer softball. As we don't charge here at the Alva Rec Complex, it's come one, come all. And they are enjoying a good one here. After Southeastern won the first game 6-2, moving to 4-1 on the season, as Watson hits an absolute crush ball, and it is caught at the warning track by left fielder Peyton Garrett against the fence. What a play. I can't really tell if that one was going to make it out, but regardless, it was a great catch. However, Thompson will tag from third and score, but it could have been a lot worse there as Garrett made a phenomenal catch. And Southeastern takes the 5-4 advantage as we have 2 outs with a runner on second. That ball looked like it had every chance to get out of the ballpark. But was good enough to get the sac fly and score Thompson for the second time this evening. Sydney Hinkle will step in now. Murray gets the signal, delivers, and a hard shot again over to the Northwestern dugout. Looks like we have some student photographers that had to get quickly out of the way. Looks like everybody is safe, and we have an 0-2 count, according to our home plate umpire. 2 outs. The score is 5-4 Southeastern. Putting together a sac fly that scored Thompson as a chopper up the middle. It is not stopped by the outstretched arms of Katie Bell and goes into center field. And number 17, Moss, will come all the way in from second and score. And that will be the second run of this top half of the 8th inning. And Southeastern will take a 6-4 advantage on the single from Hinkle. Coach Fabian will look to his bench to make some more substitutions. I believe he is just going to pinch run, but the 20-year veteran of the game likes to use his substitutions freely. So after much deliberation between him and the home plate umpire, looks like we will get set. And Kennedy Sawyers will step in as Coach Fabian will not pinch run. So, not really sure what the conversation was about, but regardless, we will move on as Murray gets one in there for a strike on the outside portion of the plate. Southeastern has struck for 2 runs here. The second one coming on a 2-out single that scored a runner all the way from second. And Katie Bell makes a diving catch on a hard hit ball for the 3rd out of the inning. And Northwestern will have to score 2 to stay alive here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. We will have McGraw, Parrott, and Madewell due up for the Rangers as we move to the bottom half of the 8th with the score 6-4 in favor of Southeastern. You are watching live softball on RideRangersRide.com. So the Rangers will have to get 2 to stay alive, trailing 6-4 on the bottom half of the 8th. As Madison McGraw will step into the batter's box. The center fielder, and she will foul one off down the first base line on the first pitch. Northwestern not afraid to be aggressive here. As Kelsey Meeks comes back out for another inning of work. And will wind up and deliver. Catches the outside part of the plate. Looked a bit outside, but it's called a strike, so the count will move to 0-2. Meeks will deliver the 0-2 pitch. And it is taking a hard shot off the GoPro. And everybody in the press box takes a deep breath. But it looks like we are good. Anyways, we will go back to the 0-2 count with the GoPro still intact. And a hard hit ball to right center field, and it will get down as the right fielder will come over to get the ball back in play as McGraw has a leadoff single, and the Rangers still have life. McGraw is just 1 for 4 on the afternoon, but that could prove to be very important as the tying run steps up to the plate, and Maddie Parrott, who gets ahead in the count after a ball from Meeks. Rangers continue to chip away, trying to find a way to get their first conference victory. Parrott will foul one off. Parrott, one of 4 solo home runs one of 4 solo home runs in the game back in the 4th inning. Other than that, she has not found a way on base, going 1 for 3. As Meeks will wind and deliver on the 1-1 count. It is swung through well underneath the ball from Parrott, and the count moves to 1-2. So McGraw stands on first, Parrott at the plate, Meeks on the mound. We are at 6-4 on the scoreboard here in the bottom half of the 8th and extras as Meeks delivers, and it is swung and hit hard, but foul. A good swing there from Parrott. Will keep her alive in the at-bat as the count stands at 1-2. She will chop one over to third, and it is fair, and it gets past the third baseman into left field. McGraw will come around. She will be sliding into third, but is thrown out by the left fielder, Chatelier. McGraw trying to stretch to third base as Parrott has a double. McGraw will argue the call, saying she got underneath the tag. Coach Webb is going to go over to the field umpire and ask for an explanation. So after the discussion, Coach Webb hears what she needs to hear and is okay with the call. And that will mark as a first out of the inning as Macy Madewell will step up to the plate as the tying run. McGraw tried to stretch that Parrott hit and tried to make it to third, but a nice throw from Chatelier and left field was good enough to get the out. Madewell swings through the first one, takes a look at the second one, but pulls back, and the count goes even 1-1. Coach Fabian will go ahead and have a meeting with his squad in the circle. Probably discussing some defensive strategy here, as Parrott does have a bit of speed at second, so a ball hit somewhere in the outfield might have a chance of scoring depending on how aggressive Coach Webb wants to be at third base. So Madewell will dig back in here with the count 1-1 and 1 out. Madewell is 2 for 3 on the night, and she will get a line shot to right center field off the wall. Parrott will come around and score, and the score is at 6-5. The RBI double from Macy Madewell, her third hit of the night. And the Rangers are just one run away from tying this thing up as they continue to battle away with Katie Bell stepping in at the plate. Parrott scoring for the second time, and Madewell collecting her second RBI of the evening, and the score is 6-5. The Rangers are continuing to fight here as we approach 8:30 local time. Bell swings through that one and falls behind in the count 0-2. 0-2 count, Bell at the plate, Meeks in the circle, And Macy Madewell at second base after the RBI double that scored Parrott. Meeks will deliver the 0-2 pitch, and it has popped up high in foul territory, but it looks like a play will be made by the third baseman, in which it is, and that will be the second out of the inning. That will bring up Audrey Estes, senior. Out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, a 4-year senior for the Rangers. She will be the last chance for this Ranger squad. She needs to find a way to score Madewell from second, as we have some substitutions here. And the stage is set for Estes, as Meeks will deliver the first pitch outside for a ball. Madewell stands at second. The score is 6-5. We are in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 2 outs. Count is at 1-0. Meeks winds and delivers, and Estes swings and fouls it off, as this one will not make contact with the GoPro. And Meeks will get back in the circle, ready to deliver the 1-1 pitch. She winds and delivers in the dirt. Madewell thinks about taking off, but doesn't. Nice stop by the catcher, Brigance, who's caught caught 2 good games this afternoon. And she will have a quick meeting with Meeks. Brigance, one of the many freshmen that are making an impact so far this year for Coach Ron Fabian's squad. As Estes gets ready for the 2-1 pitch, Meeks delivers, and it is fouled over just out of the range of the first baseman, Watson, and the count moves 2-2. And we will get ready to go here at the arc. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, runner on second, Estes at the plate. Meeks winds, delivers, and it is popped up in foul territory, and Southeastern will be unable to make the play on it. There was a trio of defenders in the third baseman, pitcher, and catcher. Riddle, Meeks, and Brigance all thinking about making a play on the ball. But we will do it again. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on second. Estes at the plate. Meeks will deliver. And it is hit high to right field. The right fielder, Salyers, will come on and make the play. And that will do it here at the arc with a final score of 6-5. In extra innings, the Rangers will drop both contests today, but we'll be back out tomorrow at noon for another doubleheader, looking to win both games and split the series against the Southeastern squad that moves to 5-1 in conference play. We will be back shortly for a brief post-game wrap-up. Thank you for we will be back live on RideRangersRide.com. So with that, Southeastern will escape with the extra innings victory over the Rangers, a 6-5 final score. Both teams will get back on the field tomorrow afternoon beginning at noon for a doubleheader here at the Alva Rec Complex. For Pat Inkpen on the sticks, Jay Lee and Eric Andrus out in center field, I'm Brian Shoemaker. Thank you for watching Live Ranger Softball on RideRangersRide.com. Good night, Alva.